having some fun here in the studio today, folks. Hey everybody, it's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Today's video, I had a hard time trying to decide what I was going to do. I had this whole thing planned out of what I was going to do, and then things changed because of you folks. A lot of people asking about different things, want me to do different shootouts, different guitar comparisons, all kinds of good stuff. So you've got me all planned up, all these suggestions that'll take me into 2022 to finish up. But a lot of the suggestions, a lot of them concerned, again, something that's been brought up before a couple of times, as far as, Jimmy, how do you get those tones? Can you tell us what you do, and can you teach us a few things? And folks, again, remember, I am not a guitar teacher. I never claimed to be. I have given lessons in the past and things like that to friends, relatives, but I have not done that kind of thing outside of some tongue-in-cheek stuff that I wanted to put on the channel that I thought was funny. But there's plenty of guys on YouTube that are much more qualified to teach guitar to you than I think I am. Now, however, I thought about this, I thought about it long and hard, and I thought perhaps there's a couple of things I can do that might help and might contribute to the overall experience. So I'm going to try to incorporate some of that into the channel. Again, I'm not a guitar teacher. I don't claim to be. And wife is vacuuming upstairs. I don't want this to be a learning or a guitar lesson type of channel. That was never intended, although I can try to add some things. So today I had the Jag out, and I thought what I would try to do, for some of the beginners and some of the people that do enjoy some of the playing that's done here on the channel when I'm reviewing guitars. What I use most of the time, again, when I'm doing reviews, sometimes I'll use my looper. I use a Boss Roland RC5 loop station. My daughter actually got me that for Christmas this time last year, and I have a couple of other loopers that I've had for a while. But I like this one because of the sound. It replicates the sound very, very, very well. It's a great little looping station. If you happen to find one on sale or something like that, I highly recommend it. It does a ton of things. I use it basically, it's got a MIDI input and output, so you can control it MIDI-wise if you're doing live shows. It's got 99 different memories. It's got, 13 hours of memory that you can save on it. It's got A and B inputs and A and B outputs. I have the Boss FS6 dual foot pedal that I can hook up to the loop station as well, and I used it for other things. I used to use it with a couple of other things with different drum machines when I was doing live stuff, and I would hook it up to my Alesis. So that's a good pedal to have if you don't have one of those, but you can hook that up to the loop station as well to give it more versatility. Anyway, I'm not going to go a big huge review on the loop station, but I do use that for a lot of my reviews because I can use that to set up some little pieces and then play on top of them. So it's very good for rehearsal. It's very good for practice. So I had like I said, I had the Fender Squier Jaguar, contemporary Jaguar out today, and I was using the loop station for that opening piece there, just to give you an idea, and that was done all on the Jaguar. But what I can do now is try to set up a little thing here. So I'm gonna go to a little clean patch here using the monoprice. And again, you can, whatever guitar you have, whatever amp you have, you can do this. This is how I practice. I don't do a lot of things. I usually practice completely unplugged, and I'll practice upstairs instead of down here in the studio. But so what I'll do is I set a tempo with the tempo. This has got the Roland has got 7 different drum kits in it, bunch of different tempos with A, B variations. So I just keep things basic. I try to find one that I like and just set it. So something in A, you know, just simple A. Very simply. So, I will show you just a couple of things in today's video and then we'll move on, okay? So if you're playing in the key of A, you've got your positions down here that you can use. You've got your positions at the 5th fret that you can use. You get the positions up here at the 12th. So what I like to do is I do a lot of bends, I do a lot of trills, I do a lot of hammer-ons, hammer-offs, and again, practice helps you do those. But something simple that you can try to do is a little trill. Again, I'm on the G string on the 4th fret, and I'm just trilling up a note, half semitone, and then hammering down to the root of the A. And other things that you can do is I like to pre-bend strings as well, so you can start with your bend up and then come down to your root. Kind of like little Billy Gibbons stuff. Joe Walsh does a lot of that. Jeff Beck does a lot of that. And again, it's not anything really difficult. It's just stuff that you need to learn. And then my picking hand, I do some weird stuff with my picking hand. A lot of people say I'm very lazy, and I am. But I do a lot of mutes, palm mutes. And I hold a pick. I don't use the pick part of the pick. I use the rounded edge of the pick, and I hold it very close to my thumb and forefinger, like so. So, and then I tuck it away if I'm using my fingers. So I just tuck it in. let's look at that riff there. This is in A again. So there's your bass note, your root note. What I'm doing is I'm coming up on the let's see, the 9th. Yeah, so that's the 9th fret. I'm taking the 9th and sliding it down to the 7th. Oh, hammering it down. So I'm just not even playing it now. And I like to start those from a lot of different places. You can so you get that. And then a lot of those pentatonic pieces are just, you know, in a 3-box. Here we go, see? So you can take that that little A piece and then play on top of it. So you can do whatever you want to do on top of any type of chords that you want to do them on really any guitar that you want to play them on. Practice is the key. I'm very lazy. I don't practice much anymore. I just kind of pick up and play, and you know, if I don't get it, I move on to the next piece. But if you are a younger guy and you want to be able to practice, a looper is a great thing to have because it helps you out a lot. It gives you that metronome, plus it gives you some drum pieces that you can play too, and you can loop your own little chord patterns and do whatever you want to do. Now, back in my day, we didn't have loopers. When you learned a song, you were picking the needle up off of a 45 or off the LP and listening to it back and back and back again, over and over and over, to try to get a piece that you learned. Sheet music wasn't much help back in those days. It was very little of it for pop music or rock and roll, and if you did find one, it was usually the chords weren't the right chords. It wasn't great for having sheet music back then. The best thing that really happened from that point into the 70s was, you know, the cassette. The cassette didn't sound as good as the 8-track did, but a cassette, you could get a little box and you could fast forward and rewind a lot quicker than you could if you had to stand up and remove that needle back and forth every time you were trying to listen to a section of a song. Every once in a while, you get a chance to see a band on TV, like you know, American Bandstand or Ed Sullivan or whatever. You know, you'd catch a glimpse of the Dave Clark Five, or you'd catch a glimpse of, you know, Dion and the Belmonts, or you'd catch a glimpse of the Beatles on Ed Sullivan or something like that. And you stood there and watched that black and white screen. You know, is he playing that in A minor, or is he playing that in B flat? You know, and that's how you'd really learn. You know, and then you'd go out, and I'd go to as many different bands around the area's shows as I could. When I was a kid, I'd sneak in. Even when I was playing, I was too young to play the places we played, but they didn't know that. So I'd play a lot of bars when I was 14 years old. You know, a lot of clubs that I wasn't even supposed to be in. But I'd go see these bands all the time, and I'd watch the guitar players, you know, and I'd try to learn as much as I could by watching them. You know, what position is he in when he's bending that? You know, is he bending up? Is he bending down? You know, those types of things. And that's really how I learned to play. You know, we didn't have YouTube, and we didn't have, you know, video, and you could go on and have all these people tell you how to do stuff, and you know, it was a lot more old school, I guess you could say, back in my day. But with all the new tech we have today, it's a lot easier for people learning to play, and if I can help out with any of that, I certainly would, or I will. So we'll try that for today, folks. Not a big long thing. It's Christmas time. I've got some places I need to go and get some things done. Hoping you folks all have a safe and happy, healthy holiday season, with Christmas coming up right around the corner. And then, of course, New Year's right after that. We will do what we can here in the studio to try to get some videos out during that time frame. I'm not quite sure what my wife's and my plans are currently, but we do have some things we need to do, and of course family coming in, and who knows what else is going on. So I will do what I can here in the studio to try to get some stuff out to you. I appreciate all the suggestions. I appreciate all the subscribers coming over to the channel. Thank you so very much. Remember, if you're still on the fence, come on over. Come on over to the good side. Would love to have you on board. So until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Hopefully everyone has a very safe, happy, and healthy holiday. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.